Used to wearing my mask now, sorry about that. Hello everyone and welcome to another Follett House Friday. My name is Jeremy. I'm the Museum Services Manager for the Sandusky Library and Follett House Museum. Today, obviously we're not in the Follett House, we're actually in the digital media studio of the library. The reason for that is I'm actually using some artifacts out of the archives today. And because of that, we're over here because I obviously didn't want to transport them over to the Follett House just to do the video and then come back. So we're going to be talking about and showing you Sanborn maps. Some of you may have heard about them if you've done any research about like the house you live in or business or even genealogy. So Sanborn maps were maps made up by the Sanborn and Publishing Company, and they made detailed fire maps of towns all across the United States. And they did this, they would map these buildings and they would sell the maps to insurance agencies. So when you wanted to go insure your house for fire insurance or your business for fire insurance, they would not only know the building you're in, but what's around it and be able to calculate the risk costs. The Sanborn maps actually go all the way back to 1866, I believe in Tennessee. And they spread out and became very popular. And like I said, they mapped towns and cities all across the United States. So I brought out two examples from our archives that I'm going to show you. So if you give me 1 second, I'm going to unmount you guys from there so I can give you a close-up and show you a little bit about the maps. Also going to put my gloves on so I can handle the pages without damaging the materials. Sorry for the jarring shift. So here you can see Sandusky, Ohio, Sanborn Map Publishing Company. There's their copyright. It's really quite impressive stamp. So August 1866, and then it was updated in 1888. And as you can see here, they have a list of all the different streets in town. And at the bottom, they have where some of the really important streets are or businesses are in town. So if I flip through here for you, and here you can see they have a nice, I'll try and get a higher view here, a nice overlay of the entire city, and it marks off the areas that they have mapped pretty thoroughly. And so here is pretty far downtown of Water and Shelby Street and Market Street, and you can see if you get really close, turn it this way so you can try and read it. The spoke turning and planning, wheel setting up, finishing, it tells you the business, what's around. They're color coded as well, and there's a map somewhere. The one I really wanted to show you because it's an area we all kind of recognize. And this is very hard with the white gloves because they're not great for page turning. It is here. Here's an intersection we are all really familiar with. This is Columbus going down into Water Street. And you can see all the different businesses. There's a lot of fishes, warehouses, things like that. But what you'll really notice, and what should be there and isn't, is there's no spot for Cedar Point to take the ferry. It's an area that we're all very familiar with, and we know it, and it's not there. But you can see, once again, all these buildings are labeled, what's on the first floor, what's on the second floor, there are addresses on all of them. Why the Sanborn maps are really important for us as researchers it tells us different businesses, where they were located, or if we're researching a specific location, what businesses were there over time. But it also helps us find things where they would be today. So in 1916, the city added east-west streets onto their grid. So as you notice, there's no east and west Water Street. There's no east and west Market Street. And of course, there's no Shoreline Drive. That's where the railroads are. So it helps us, we can compare, like, say, this map to the 1916, 1918 Sanborn maps and we were able to locate where different setups would have been. So now I'm going to move us over to another Sanborn map that I had. It's very, very pretty. So here's Sandusky, Ohio, Sanborn Company, 1905. And you can tell between 1888 and 1905, the city has very much expanded. They've, oops, sorry about that. I had a small Wi-Fi outage there. The problems of being in the old library is very thick stone walls and Wi-Fi don't mix. But you can see how the city has greatly expanded. And it's just, once again, you can see the businesses, everything's color-coded. Let's see if I can... See, this is updated, though, because you can see they... Might be hard to tell in line, but you can see how it looks like there's paper cut there. So what that means is this was updated later once they added the east and west streets in and were able to renumber. But there it is. The G.A. Beckling Company, Cedar Point Dock Headquarters, steel frame concrete floor. And there, the Beckling Company, which was the kind of sort of separate from Cedar Point to run the ferries. So, we're back to seeing that now. And these are just, like I said, just beautiful, beautiful maps that had to be put together by hand, color-coded. Now, if you're interested in looking at the Sanborn maps, luckily, the only place isn't in the library. If you go to the Ohio Web Library online, just Google Ohio Web Library and scroll down the list, you'll see Sanborn map. Click on that link. You can search by Sandusky, and once there, you can search by street, by intersection, and they let you pick what year map you want to look at. So you can see, say, how your house changed over the years or how different areas of the city had changed over the years. If you go to the Library of Congress, if you just Google Sanborn Fire Maps, one of the first results is the Library of Congress, and the Library of Congress has all of these maps digitized for all the different states around the country. So if you wanted to try and look, if you have relatives living somewhere else or you're originally from somewhere else, you can find Sanborn maps of different cities and towns all across the United States. So thank you guys for joining me for another Follett House Friday, even though we're in the library this week, but that's okay. As always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm always happy to answer them to the best I can. And if you have any suggestions or something you would like to see as part of Follett House Friday, leave it in the comments. We'd be happy to look in our archives and bring stuff out. I love playing in the archives and finding stuff and in our collection. But if you guys are looking for something specific, I'd be more than happy to help to bring those out and show them off. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a lovely weekend and enjoy the lovely weather we're supposed to have today. And it was great having you all here. Have a great day.